What's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video that I'm super excited about because you guys have been asking nonstop about it. I'm finally getting my husband on here to answer all of your guys' questions. You guys will finally get to meet him. His name is Chad. But I quickly found out yesterday that we're both extremely awkward when we're filming in front of each other. So I didn't want to film the intro in front of him. I don't know if it's weird for anyone else, but it was like super awkward for me and I wasn't willing to do it. But yeah, today we're gonna make a video answering all of your guys' questions. You guys had tons of questions over the last couple weeks that I've told you guys that this video was gonna happen. We finally found time to sit down and film in the daylight without the kids home so that there were no interruptions. And I'm excited for you guys to hear what he has to say. Keep in mind, we're both new here. And neither of us are very comfortable in front of the camera, and it's very apparent during this entire video, like I said. But we tried and your questions got answered, so that's all that really matters, right? I did want to throw a quick reminder in here that March 26th, so 3 days from now, March 26th is the last day to order your merch. So if you were interested in getting some merch, make sure that you do that before the 26th. Depending on how many people purchase by that time, I may or may not continue to offer merch. I ultimately want to open up like a storefront so that I can offer it all the time. I think I've had, give or take, about 25 of you guys order already, so it's looking pretty promising. But don't forget to get your orders in by the 26th if you are wanting to order some merch. But as always, don't forget to like this video if you like this type of content. Subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you're notified every single time that I post, and follow me on all social media platforms at the Jessica Hickson. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I made a separate email for MLM stories because I've had a lot of people reach out to me and want to tell me their story, and I love hearing your guys' story, but I don't always get to my messages in my inbox on Instagram because it goes to like a separate folder, and so I only get the ones of the people that I'm like actively following. So if I'm not following you actively, then I don't get your message right away. So I made an email for everyone to send me their stories. It's mymlmhorrorstory@gmail.com. This will also be good for if you have any type of like video recommendations or anything that you want to see or questions that you have or anything like that. You can always send them to that email and I'll get those probably quicker than I'll get my Instagram messages. I also wanted to mention in my videos, I want to start this new like small little segment in each video where I'm supporting some small business. So if you know of any small businesses that need supporting or that would be willing to send me a little box of their products to try, anything like that, send that also to the My MLM Horror Story email account and we'll work something out. I'm in the process of trying to figure out a PO box so that I'm not giving my personal address out to everyone, but I do want to do a little segment each video where I just highlight a small business and just say a little tidbit about them. So yeah, if you know any small businesses who are looking for a little bit of exposure, then shoot me an email at mymlmhorrorstory@gmail.com. And now let's roll the clip. All right, did you ever find me annoying?
No.
You gotta kind of like elaborate on your answers, like
okay,
like why didn't you find me annoying when most people are like annoyed by people who post on social media?
Oh, so find you annoying on social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever find me annoying on social media?
No, I mean I don't really care about social media that much, so it didn't really matter to me that she was posting a lot on social media. Like I would give her my phone and she would post on social media for me.
Exposing me from the first 2 seconds of this video. To clarify, I didn't just post anything for you. You posted your own posts too.
Yeah.
But
if it were like about you and it works.
Yeah. So like posts shouting me out for doing an awesome job. He didn't care. So I made those posts. Mm-hmm. Did you ever call me a dependa for falling for a pyramid scheme?
No. I mean, that's not really the definition of a dependa.
Yeah, but it's part of it.
I mean, kind of, I guess, but she made more money than I did, so I wouldn't call that a dependa. You guys are gonna learn that he's very money motivated and didn't really care about a lot of things because he just cared that I was making money. Were you ever embarrassed by me, like with your work friends or your regular friends, if they would ask you like what I do for a living or whatever? No, I'd be straight up with them and tell them, and like I would come to her and say that one of my friend's wives wanted to join and she would be like, ugh, no, I don't want to deal with that because it just brings drama with people that, you know, I'm close with and work with. So she was reluctant to ever have anybody that I knew want to join anyway, so.
Yeah, I didn't want to like intertwine our lives, my work life with our
my work
friend life or
friends, yeah, our friends.
How'd you feel about being tagged in all of my MLM posts?
Again, wasn't a big deal to me. I mean, like, if anybody wanted to see what's going on in my life, you just go to her page. Like, I don't post on social media that much except for like kids' birthdays or her birthday, you know, Valentine's, whatever, so.
Yeah. Did you like the products?
Yeah, I like the energy drinks, and then like we would drink the protein shakes sometimes, but like a lot of the stuff that we were ordering, it never got used. Like, we had a surplus of on-hand stuff that we don't have to have, but we did. And I'm sure she explained that in many of her other videos, but we had a lot.
I ended up going out on bulk garbage day.
Yeah.
What did you think about me always being on like Zoom calls? And this is it's a two-part question, but they don't really go together. So what did you think about the Zoom calls and mass messaging?
I mean, the Zoom calls, there was a lot of them, I guess, and it took over like her spare time that she was supposed to have with family. Like, we'd be with her parents or my parents or at some holiday, and she'd have to go off and do a Zoom for an hour or two. And then mass messaging, I mean, like, we'd be sitting down just trying to enjoy family time with her family, my family, whatever we were doing, and she's constantly on her phone messaging, trying to catch up or stay up to date with whatever's going on. So it was kind of a non-stop, and it got annoying at times, but again, like, I supported it because she was making money. So.
Did you think like mass messaging, not just the way that it took up my time, but did you have any problem with me like mass messaging people, or like when I went on your friends list and added all your girlfriends that are on your page?
No.
Girls as friends.
No, I didn't care because, like, again, like, social media is not a thing that I'm like.
Yeah, he doesn't care about anything. Did you think I was crazy to join?
No. You know, we had one car and we were short on money. You know, I was enlisted in the. Should I not say that?
You can say that.
But we
I've
weren't
already
making.
said that you're in the Air Force.
Okay. We weren't making a lot of money, so yeah, I was like, yeah, all for it. You're gonna make more money to help our family, yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever have a time where you thought that that's a scam?
I had never really heard anything about pyramid. I mean, these MLM type of pyramid scheme structure, yeah. So like when she started doing it, I was like, okay. I mean, if it works out, it works out. If not, move on.
Yeah, we were broke anyways.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna hurt? Was there ever a time that you wanted me to get a real job?
I mean, there were times I wish you'd had like just a normal 9 to 5 or whatever, where we could have our weekends and then just take a vacation and have that time. But no 9 to 5 job was gonna make the money that we were making at times.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like you wish I had a real job for like a stable income so it didn't fluctuate so much?
That's true. Yeah, that did. Because like there were 3 months out of the year where it was like super good, and the other ones it was like, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the next paycheck.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any red flags?
Oh yeah, there's a lot. So like when we were in the good months and we'd be making a lot of money, we'd have to put in like half of that paycheck to be able to keep her rank and keep all the bonuses that she had and keep everyone else on her team afloat too, so that we could keep all those bonuses and ranks and everything. So it was like, sweet, we made a ton of money this month, and then immediately half of it goes to product or whatever else we had to do to keep going. That was a big one. I guess this one kind of goes into another one you were talking about, but like this same thing, like getting taken advantage of her team, because no one worked consistently. So she was constantly pulling everyone else's weight on her team and like putting in money for them. So it was just like we had to rely on other people, but you couldn't rely on them. So we had to put in the work. She had to put in the work for them.
They didn't have like the work ethic.
No, not one.
That I did.
Not one.
So, do you feel like it caused any issues in our marriage?
No. I don't think so. I mean, there were times where it was like, man, I wish we could just go do something without, put the phones down, but it was just like never an option really. It was just constant, 24/7. But it never really was like a problem. It was just, like annoyance, yeah, I guess is all, but
we never like fought about having to put money in or whatever, because we both just kind of knew that that's what I had to do in order to have the income the following month.
Yeah.
So it never caused like fights or anything between us.
Yeah, and I think I had enough interest to know how it worked that I understood like why we needed to do that. It wasn't like, I had no idea and we were just throwing money at something.
What did you think about the people on our team, specifically the problematic people on our team?
So
take that
everyone.
For what you will, whatever you think that means, just answer it.
The problematic people. I mean, it was just a circle of drama constantly, and it was that was annoying too. But that wasn't her. It was just a constant circle of women gossiping and rumors and drama about other people that had nothing to do with their business or whatever they were doing. It's just, and that's what I felt like half of the Zoom calls were, unless it were like the structured ones, like we're doing this for, you know, an hour of working our business or whatever. But they'd get on there with their whole team for like their weekly Zoom calls, and it'd be a drama session talking about this person's life and that person's life, and this person left, and oh, this person's working, this person, you know, it's just crap.
Do you feel like that affected me in any way? Like,
I didn't.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I didn't see it until when, I guess it was before my deployment, when you kind of, it was right before my deployment when she took a step back and everyone else kind of just threw it in her face.
Did you feel like they were like actually friends to me, like in the moment? And then also, did you think they were friends to me like after everything was said and done?
Oh, definitely not after, but like initially when they were first in your life, I guess. Yeah, they seemed like genuine people, specifically some people. Few people, but there were things that happened, and then immediately it's like they throw you out, and then something happens and they rekindles, and then they're the same person again. It's just super two-faced.
Yeah,
and at that point I was like, no, you gotta kind of be wary of those people and like playing nice. I mean, you do with any job.
Yeah, it'd be
play
like,
nice with everybody, but
like a core group of people, and then there would be like ties cut, so these people would go over here, and then when something would happen over here, one of the people would come back here, so then there'd be this group of people that would get along, and then it just was this rotating circle of like, I hate this person because this person hates this person, and then it would just rotate. You have anything else to say about the problematic people?
No, I guess not.
Nothing that's appropriate?
Yeah.
Did you help me spend my money?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We don't have an our money, your money rule. No. It's like my money, your money rule. It's our money.
Yep.
How did you feel when I told you I wanted to quit?
At first I was like, okay, well, what are we gonna do to replace that income? But it wasn't any good at that point from before my deployment. It was kind of just leading up to that, to after my deployment. I was excited.
Well, I told them about how I wanted to quit, and you were like, no, just write it out because we're bringing in income.
So yeah, I mean, I said don't like cancel your account because you put in all this work. Like just everybody else had quit before that. Then they'd work for a month and then go away and collect a paycheck. So I was like, why can you not do that? Like you worked for them all this time for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was. Just do what everyone else did. And like you kept all those people below you. They stayed enrolled so that they could keep making money off of, she and whoever else is below her could keep making money off of them. So I was like, just keep collecting a paycheck and just stop doing it. Like you stopped it for pretty much the whole deployment, right? You didn't really ever go back to it?
Yeah, no.
So at that point, it was just like, well, just keep collecting the paycheck and just don't do anything. Like, free money and move on and go get another job or whatever, you know, go back to school, whatever. So
how did you feel when I told you that I canceled my account? Because I canceled it and I didn't tell him until you asked about it or something, and I was like, by the way. It
was like a week after you did it or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at that point, we were still making like decent money before, but then it slowly declined, and then we got down to like a couple $100. So it was like, yeah, whatever.
So you didn't really care at that
point? No,
point.
at that point I was like, I don't know.
Did it ever cause a fight or affect our relationship in a negative way?
No. I mean, there were times we stressed about money, but like who would have been doing that with any 9 to 5, close to minimum wage job, you know what I mean? Without, so.
Yeah.
I don't think it caused any problems.
Did you ever feel neglected with my involvement in the MLM? Like, do you ever feel like I wasn't giving you attention or?
Yeah, I mean, there were times, like I said, like she had to go do a Zoom call and I just wanted to like, you know, watch a movie or go out to dinner or something, you know, just like, oh, well, I need to do this tonight, or we would have something planned with either of our families and she had to stay and do a Zoom call or whatever. So it was like out an hour or two at a time. Yes and no, I guess.
Like you didn't feel like I ever became so obsessed with being successful that I just like stopped caring about family time and all that?
No, you definitely always cared about family time. It was just the MLM got in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever try to talk me out of it? Talk me or like try to get me to quit or?
I mean, I think there were a few times where when we got to like the slow season and it was like, well, what's the point in this anymore? Like, but I don't think we ever really talked about it. I think I might have just been like, why are we still doing this? But I may have voiced it in a different way. Like, are we gonna make it through this winter? And she's like, by February or whatever, you know, it'll pick up. So
Yeah, that
like, okay, well, we can make it.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like I was being taken advantage of?
Yes, all the time. Because there were people on her team that would come to her and be like, hey, I need a customer placed here. And instead of going out and doing that work themselves, they were just expecting her, because she was the one always doing the work, to just find a customer and put them under them for them to get commission qualified or to keep their bonus or whatever. So that was one thing. And then for like people getting to the next rank, she would help them out and put in product orders for them so they could make their rank. And you would expect once they made that rank to, you know, pay you back. But that never happened.
Especially because the incident you're talking about, I took a pay cut.
Yeah.
So that she could get a pay raise.
Yeah, because then you weren't getting paid on as many legs.
Yeah.
Because
we were same rank.
Up, yeah. So yeah, there was those times.
That was partially my fault too, because from day one I was always like the hard worker, the one that just like did it because it had to be done.
Yeah.
So my team all knew that that's what I did, and so they were kind of just expecting that because it's what I'd always done.
Yeah, but again, like, you don't come into a business expecting millions overnight. The work ethic and laziness was just astounding. Nothing good to say about it.
But when I left, the business wasn't the problem, it was my work ethic that was the problem. So.
Yeah.
So my work ethic sucks.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we're happier now that I'm out of it?
Yeah. I don't feel like there's as much stress and drama in our lives. I don't know, it's just a big weight off your shoulders, it seems like, and off of my shoulders, because it's not on her shoulders anymore either. So, because like when she was stressing about it, I wanted to help out and help her figure. I mean, there were times we'd sit down at the table for like 3 hours at night trying to figure out math for like, this person needs so many BV orders underneath them so they can stay commission qualified or keep their bonus. I mean, I wanted to help out all I could, but it was just like I wasn't in it as much as obviously as she was. Yeah. Definitely happier.
Would you ever let me join another MLM?
I don't know. I guess I'd have a lot more questions to see what it was like. I don't know. I'd be very skeptical.
With your questions, do you feel like asking those questions would even get you
probably
an
not, because
accurate
everybody's
answer?
so fake about it anyway. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be thrilled, but I'd be like, maybe.
He doesn't really care about a lot, if you guys can't tell. He's just easygoing, chill, bring in the money, whatever you gotta do kind of guy. Did I ever make you feel like you had to like work the business? Or did I ever make you feel like, I don't know, pressure to join and do stuff in the business? The business. They hate when I say the business, by the way. The MLM.
Yeah, but it's just habit. Like, I even said it too, and we were talking about it the other day. I was like, this wasn't a business.
Yeah.
But that's just the wording they use. But yeah, a little bit. Like, we talked about how the top leaders' husbands run the like back office of their business. And there was one year I went to conference with her. I never really wanted to go to conference, but I did. And at that point, I mean, it was like full on like cult, and it gets you a little bit. Like, even I was like excited for it a little, you know. Like,
and he's like the biggest skeptic of anything.
And
he's not a rah-rah guy.
Yeah, no. I was not about it, the rah-rah crap, but like seeing the numbers and how they pull up the slides and show everything, I was like, you know, all right, I can get behind this, like I'll help more. So I was like, even like in the airplane, I was like trying to figure out the back office stuff on the iPad, like working it. And
did you make friends with anybody in the business, in the MLM? Like, did you ever feel like you were friends with any of them?
No, not at all.
The last final question. Everybody wants to know what you thought of our family pictures.
So when you told me we were putting those shirts on, I was like, really? We're gonna take pictures in these? But I didn't say that. I just did it. So it's whatever.
I got him
it's a few pictures. I don't care.
You can tell who wears the pants in our relationship. So you weren't embarrassed by him?
I mean, no.
Oh, you're not embarrassed by anything.
I mean, have you seen some of the outfits that I put on for?
Yeah, true.
Why are people so obsessed about the family pics?
I don't know. They think they're ridiculous. Thanks for your time, sir. All right, so I hope that answered some questions for you guys. If you guys have any additional questions for him, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. Like I said, we're extremely awkward on camera together, but we tried and we made it work. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to order your merch. But I will see you in my next video. Bye. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know